Hello, I'm Chef Hell Jackal, and welcome to the first episode of Apocalypse Cooking. Now, eating in the apocalypse is kind of boring when the only choices you have is between canned foods and cannibalism. But today, we're going to be doing something that doesn't even have a can in its name. It's one of my favorite recipes since nuclear warfare destroyed us all, Nuke-Roasted Ratbat. Now, most of you think I'm crazy, and you're all like, why would I eat some filthy, disgusting ratbat? Those things are disgusting. And you are kind of right. When you eat them raw, they are pretty disgusting. But when you nuke roast them, they get this nice browned flavor from the roasting process, while also getting this nice twang from all that radiation. So now first, you gotta make sure there's an imminent nuclear strike in your area. I mean, you could make your own nuclear weapons and destroy the entire landscape around you to make this meal, but you don't gotta go full homemade on this recipe. For this episode, I'm gonna be using an incoming military strike that'll be here in about 5 hours. Now, even though the title is Apocalypse Cooking, a majority of these episodes will be about hunting your precious meal. Because what's the point of showing you how to cook something if you don't even know how to get that something you're gonna cook? And today, we're gonna go out into the city and find some wild ratbat. So let's grab our favorite rifle and get hunting! No. Nothing, and nothing with a nice touch of jack shit. Well, if you're like me and you've made this recipe so many times that ratbats are endangered in your area, you will not only have a hard time finding them, but you also have run the risk of getting arrested by the local wildlife protection. Which is kind of weird because I thought their slogan was something like, only you can prevent wildlife, or something. Kind of what I'm doing, so I don't get why they go up against their company slogan and... Oh damn! You guys just hear that? I think that might be the last living ratbat in this entire city. This might be my last chance to make this meal, so... let's go get him!
Ah! I can't do this on my own! Give me some help! No!
Alright, there she is. Now, when you're hunting with a rifle like I am, you actually want to stay away from those hollow point rounds to just blow a big hole through your delicious meal. What I like to do is go with armor-piercing rounds. Now, I know they're not wearing armor, even though that would be terrifying, but I like them because they go straight through the target and leaves nothing behind but a bullet hole. And possibly the body of the poor bastard behind them, which is unlike regular bullets that just get lodged into them. And then you have to go in with a knife and then dig it out, and that would just mangle off the meat. But if you leave the bullet in, you have this big spot that's overcooked by the time the rest is done, seeing how the metal of the bullet would actually conduct a lot of heat from the nuke and would cook the area around it a lot faster than anything else. So before you go hunting, you might want to loot your local military outpost. But enough talk! It's time to aim. Alright, now, steady aim. Take a nice deep breath. And... bullshit! I mean, bullseye! So, I didn't expect that to happen, but look at that, we just killed a ratbat. So let's go claim our prize.
Whoa, guys, look at this! I just found some food that fell from the sky!
Ah, hell. Looks like someone got to our food first. Hey, remember what I said about the wildlife protection? I think I might know their number.
You call this food? Why would I eat this filthy ratbat? These things are disgusting. Well, you gotta take what you can in the apocalypse.
Hey!
Is there a problem here, officer? That's not a cop, dumbass.
So, we're finally back home. The nuclear strike should hit in about 1 hour, which should give us time to skin and gut the beast. But while you're doing that, be careful not to cut off these crispy wings. They're the best part. Alright, now we have raw ratbat ready to cook. But make sure you also took off the head. It doesn't actually taste that great. But it does make for some pretty good feral zombie bait because it has all that brains in there. But for the rest of it, you want to actually make it taste like something. Seeing how it's a full roast, you want to go heavy with the spice rub, which includes some kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, and you could go with just those, but I like some other seasonings. Like freshly microplaned skull. You could go with any kind of bone, I just had this skull lying around. Along with some uranium powder, but not too much, because the nuke already has plenty of radiation in it. This just kicks it up, you know? But I like more of a radioactive flavor than other people, so you might go with no uranium. You could also add some sawdust, some old cobweb, and some smoked paprika. And I like to go for a little bit of cayenne pepper, because I like everything spicy, but you don't have to add it. I mean, you are, after all, the Ted Nugent of your roasted feral mutant, so go with any spice rub you want. This is really more of a technique video than a recipe. And the next thing you want to do after seasoning is to apply some sort of fat on it to enhance browning. Now after seasoning and fattening, oiling, you want to leave it out of the window like a nice hot apple pie. But unlike a nice hot apple pie, you want to secure it down to the window so the shockwave of the explosion doesn't blow it away. You can tie it down with some wire, but I like some large nails and hammer them through the feet, which, by the way, we're not going to eat. And what I like about the nails is that they're still good after the blast, so you can keep using them as much as you want. Just be careful when taking them out. They will conduct heat and get real hot, so take them out with some oven mitts. Well, it's finally time. The nuke's gonna drop in a couple of minutes, so take shelter in your bunker, grab some gas mask and water, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure you heard this stuff 1,000 times already. Just hunker down, and when the sirens and chaotic earth shaking have stopped, dinner's ready. Bye bye!
So now we check out our meal and slap your mama, that looks good. Perfectly brown exterior with crispy wings. Now that is a meal worth getting nuked for. Oh, and one really important thing I forgot to mention, I should have mentioned this before, is the distance between the roast and the nuke matters. The closer to the explosion, the faster it cooks. If you're 10 miles or 16 kilometers away, then the explosion just vaporizes the whole thing along with your shelter, and it was pointless. But if you're about 20 miles or 32 kilometers away, like I was, it's perfect for cooking medium-sized Ratbats like this one. But if your Ratbat is smaller, I'd go with 25 miles or 40 kilometers. If you have an absolute giant one, like Ratbatzilla, go with 15 miles or 24 kilometers. But it doesn't actually matter what size it is or how far it is. One thing they all have in common is that after it's done, you can sit down and enjoy. Aww.